I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I got a list of proof.
Order.
If I'm going down,
Order
I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Order in the court.
Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, guys. So I was just reading this article on Boxing Scene about Javier Fortuna. He had his fight this past weekend on a PBC card, MGM Grand National Harbor in the DMV. He was on the undercard of Brian Castano. So Fortuna won by a second round knockout, and in this fight he won the WBC Continental American Lightweight title. Now, we all know that WBC has these random belts that they got floating around, but in the Boxing Scene article that I was reading, basically it said Javier Fortuna, we expect the world title shot at Devin Haney next. That, to me, that's great news. I look at it like, considering Javier Fortuna, he's a very tricky guy. He's a veteran. He's 30 years old. He has a full 10 years on Devin Haney. Now, he had a split decision loss to Robert Easter, and he got stopped by Jason Sosa. The same Jason Sosa, they got stopped this weekend, but that's another story. The thing about this, I find this to be very interesting because Javier Fortuna, with him being this tricky Dominican fighter, he's campaigned at 140. He's fought bigger guys. He's fought longer guys than Devin Haney, and he's fought more experienced guys than Devin Haney. This is a great opportunity for Devin Haney to put his skills on display and defend his WBC 135-pound title. Now, if you got guys like Ryan Garcia, who's not willing to step in the ring, and the reason I bring up Ryan Garcia right away is Ryan Garcia has the WBC silver belt. Javier Fortuna just won that WBC Continental American belt. Both of these guys have obviously lesser versions of the actual WBC championship, and it seems like the guy that's stepping up to the challenge is Javier Fortuna. Now, some people may say, oh, Ryan needs to get more experience. Last time I checked, Ryan and Javier Fortuna are both older than Devin Haney. But this, like I said, this is a great opportunity for Devin Haney. It can definitely put his skills on display. And while guys like Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia just sit around and wait for shit to happen, Javier Fortuna and Devin Haney can be mixing things up at 135, just adding additional talent to his resume. And you have a guy like Javier Fortuna, like I said, his experience will play a huge role. And guys like Tank Davis and Devin Haney, guys like Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, if Devin Haney can somehow squeeze out 4 fights at 135 and he takes on either one of you guys, even though I feel like Ryan Garcia is going to duck Devin Haney, but taking on guys like Javier Fortuna, if they do make that fight, it definitely puts Devin Haney in a position where he's going to continue to build on the tremendous skill set that he already has, making it even more dangerous for guys like Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Now, no disrespect to Gamboa, but we know Gamboa, he's an older fighter. He's over the hill. He's naturally, he's just a naturally small guy, and he'll definitely help out Tank Davis with his experience. But if Devin Haney continues on the path that he's on, I don't think any of these guys can touch him. And it just became extremely clear. Like, I always believed it, but the way that Ryan Garcia is reacting this weekend, the way Tank Davis is reacting this weekend, and then you have potential opponents like Javier Fortuna in the future that can just add an additional name to Devin Haney's resume, it'll definitely make things a whole lot, I'm not going to say easier for Haney, but it'll definitely put Haney in a position where he's collecting names on his resume, collecting experience, and making himself extremely dangerous. So, shout out to Devin Haney, shout out to Javier Fortuna. I hope they can make this fight happen. It's Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to LDBC, and I'm out.